Yo, what's going on with y'all today, man? Y'all, how y'all doing this evening, this night? You know what I'm saying? It's D-Gun MIA, back again with the video, coming back from my back cave or some shit, whatever one you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know when I come on here, I gotta give y'all what I know, the quick game I know, you feel me? So today we gonna switch it up a little bit. Today we're gonna be talking about how I managed to run up, as you can see, 10 bands in a couple months by the concept of 1, investing, 2, working hard, and just applying what the wealthy people do into my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm gonna be giving you, like I said, how I managed to do this and how you're gonna be able to do it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Also, quick disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. I'm not no financial guru or anything like that. I'm just giving you guys my personal advice on what I've done to make over 5 figures at 18 without working a job in a very short period of time. And that's just all it is to it. That's just my advice. This is just what I've done. Take it if you want to and got to. This is just a disclaimer and not a financial advice. Now, number one, what is investing? Like, what is that? You always may hear the term invest into this, invest into that, don't invest into this, don't invest into that. What even is investing, right? So, boom. Let's say you at the store, right? Let's say you're at the Nike store. You see a pair of shoes. You buy the pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you buying that pair of shoes from Nike, you can go out here and go and invest into a Nike stock. A stock is basically means share or ownership of a company. If I go out here and go buy a Nike shoe, if I go out here and invest into Nike, I should say, I officially own a percentage of Nike. Is it a big percentage? Most likely no. Do I own some of Nike? Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? Now, what makes investing a great thing to do, you know what I'm saying, is the leverage it brings you, the equity it brings you, the liquidity it can bring you, you know what I'm saying, the passive income it can bring. That's the biggest thing, passive income. Investing can bring you passive income returns over time, you know what I'm saying? So instead of you investing into something that's not going to bring you no return, you invest into something that's like stocks or bonds or crypto, whatever that is, bro. You invest into these things that are going to ultimately bring you a return if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So boom, right? Let's go ahead and pull up some charts real quick, man. Now, what I'm showing you guys is the stock of Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Basically, this right here is your ticker symbol, you know what I'm saying? This is basically what the stock go by. Like, this is the stock's name in the public market, you know what I mean? Like, Apple ain't gonna be called Apple, it's gonna be called AAPL, you know what I'm saying? 340 right here is your stock price. Is basically what the price is currently trading at, what you can currently buy the price at. But the great thing also about stocks with certain brokerages, you can end up buying these stocks at because you can pay for a fraction, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to buy the whole pie. You can end up paying it. You can pay like dollars on it. You can put like $20 into it. You still can have ownership of Apple. You know what I'm saying? This is the 5-year chart. As you can see, it's went up 133%. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a basic little stock overview. You know what I'm saying? This is Apple. Everybody know Apple, right? You buy iPhones every year. So boom, I just showed you the stock of Apple. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, investing is honestly a great thing to do. We need to start learning how to invest. You know what I mean? So boom, how do you start investing? First, open up a brokerage account, as you can do with Charles Schwab, Vanguard, Fidelity. Pretty sure Webull. Bro, just look up brokerages and just sign up for a brokerage. It can literally take you 15 minutes, gang. But anyways, though, how did I, 18-year-old that didn't really work a job, how did I manage to do that in basically a span of 6 months? Run up 10 bands, 6 months, and invest into it. And this is only in an investment account, by the way. This is just in one investment account, you feel me? How did I manage to do that? Number one, you need to have a strategy. You don't make certain decisions without having a strategy involved. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with investing. You need to have a strategy involved when you starting to invest. You know what I mean? Like, for an example, my strategy, bro, is investing into long-term ETFs. ETFs basically mean it's a basket of stocks versus just having one individual stock. You know what I'm saying? Like VOO, for an example, is the S&P 500. It tracks all the 500 companies in America. I just showed y'all Apple, correct? It would have Apple, it would have Microsoft, it would have Nvidia, it would have all these big companies, Amazon, Meta, Google, all these big companies, but it would be all in one. And I invest into things like that for long-term growth. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna eventually continue to grow and scale my portfolio myself. You know what I'm saying? But you first have to figure out what your strategy is or what you want to do, how you want to make money in this market. You feel me? Now, speaking of my portfolio, I'm giving y'all an overview of my portfolio, what I'm currently investing in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm an ETF trader. I trade for the long term. I don't trade for short term gains. I'm trying to get generational wealth on this side. You feel me? So I'm gonna be giving y'all what I'm invested in. First stock I'm invested in is VTI. Basically, VTI is the Vanguard Total Index of the U.S. stock market. So instead of me investing into something that's like overly specific, like the S&P 500, or just something that's kind of small, I'm getting a piece of the pie of the whole U.S. stock market. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, the current price is trading around $366, around that space. You know what I'm saying? But what I like about this ETF, like I said, I get full world exposure. I'm getting a little bit of everything. I'm getting a little bit of tech, a little bit of AI, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, the big hitter names, you know what I'm saying, getting a little bit of, you know, infrastructure, a little bit of energy, a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? So you can't complain about it, you know. Another thing I'm also invested in is the NASDAQ QQQM. Basically, what that is going to be the top 100 stocks in America. So think about it, right? I got the whole U.S. stock market, and I'm also invested into the top 100. So I'm getting exposure to the good and also to the whole. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. QQQ is trading around $278 right now as I last checked. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I'm also invested into VXUS. That's the ticker symbol. Basically, it is outside of America. It's international stocks. You know what I'm saying? Got to be diversified. One of the key things when it comes to investing, y'all will hear from me, from other people over and over and over again. Do not put your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? So invest into other things too, but do your own research. Like I always say, do your own research. So VXUS is trading around, I'm pretty sure around, as you can see right here, this is what it's trading at. I'm not completely sure off the top of my head. But basically, like I say, it's international exposure to international stocks and things like that. Another thing I'm also invested into is Microsoft. That is the only individual stock I have in my whole portfolio. And the only reason why I did that is because I seen a great buying opportunity around $370. I was like, let's put some money in there, you know what I'm saying? I seen it was at a low price, so I'm like, okay, let's just buy the dip, you know what I mean? And it's been doing me pretty good right now, you know what I'm saying? I have a target price in mind, and we're just waiting for that to happen, you know what I mean? The next stock I'm also invested in with ETF is going to be this ETF DRAM, ticker symbol DRAM. Basically, what it is like cloud and memory, you know what I'm saying? All AI, everything with AI needs cloud and memory, you know what I'm saying? But right now, DRAM is right now. If you were to buy the ticker symbol DRAM, you could be sitting on a gold mine. You know what I'm just saying like that right now. Because that stock literally went boom. And it's crashing right now. But like I said, my strategy is long term. So when I see short term drops or 10% drops, you know what I'm saying? Or I see a couple $100 go down off my portfolio, I don't trip. Because it's a long term game, you know what I'm saying? Do your research on what you invested in, so when things like that happen, you're not fazed by it. That's another key thing when it comes to investing, bro. Please do not put your emotions into this stock. Do not put your emotions into investing. You will lose lots of money. When you see your money start to drop, because it will, 9 times out of 10, money will probably just go and drop at one point. Even if you're seeing great gains, it's going to probably refall back at one point. It just happens naturally, you feel me? Don't become overly discouraged. It just happens. It is what it is. You feel me? You're not going to have, if you're a hooper, you're not going to drop 40 every single game. You might have one bad game. You may drop 10 points. You may have to sit out on the bench because you made your coach mad or something like that. It happens. So this is part of the game, bro. So that's an overview of my portfolio. If you want to see a picture, I'm going to put it up right here. As you can see, don't ignore what's going on right now. It's a long-term trader, you feel me? Well, investor, I should say. Now, moving on to a little bit of financial literacy also. And I'm going to be giving you like kind of how I've managed to, like I said, make this amount of money in a very short time. Bro, to get wealthy, to get rich is not as difficult as people think it is. Like, we've been only shown so little of the puzzle. We've only been shown so little. You know what I'm saying? You got to go open up your mind, open up your exposure to wealth, to finance, to financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? You got to open your mind to it. You got to go out here and go research. If you can sit on your phone all day and scroll on TikTok for 10 hours, 7 hours a day, you can take 1 hour out your day to go do financial literacy research on that same phone. You ain't gotta buy no books. You ain't gotta do no podcasts. You can just, bro, just research. Simple as that. You feel me? We gotta learn financial literacy as people. You know what I mean? That's why I was able to mention things like such as passive income. How do the wealthy stay wealthy? A lot of times out of passive income, they sit back playing golf all day because they got their real estate portfolios, they stock portfolios, they bonds portfolios, they whatever portfolios going crazy for them, or they just sit back playing golf. That's passive income. That's what we here for. You feel me? Passive income. Like I said, also just learning little things, bro. Just learn basic financial literacy, bro. That's one of the biggest things going to help you make a lot more money. You know what I mean? Because if you getting money without getting no knowledge, bro, it ain't gonna last. You feel me? That's when people get rich, they lose it all because they don't have no knowledge that come with the money. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to investing, right? I'm gonna say this too. Before I say anything really okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say this, but your portfolio is not gonna move as much as you want it to move when you just first start off. I heard you're not gonna really see nothing crazy until you get your first 10. Your portfolio doesn't start seeing major returns and things like that until you make your first 50. Then once you get to your first 100,000, that's when your portfolio can start outscaling or outpacing your salary, your yearly salary for your job, depending on what you work at, of course. But most of the time, average people there, if you reach over 100K in portfolio, they can start outpacing what you make on your yearly salary at your job. You feel me? So obviously it takes time, bro. Like right now y'all see what number I'm at. It's not nothing crazy. I still ain't nothing crazy, but it's building. It's building over time. You feel me? So just be aware of that. You know, investing takes time. It takes patience. It takes a lot of knowledge, bro, and sometimes even skill, bro. But you gotta just be patient and believe in what you're doing. Have you a strategy, bro. And one thing I also want to talk about, bro, is learning and applying. You can sit here and learn investing all day. You can sit here and go learn how to do all these high income skills. You can sit here and learn how to do everything, blah, 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 blah. If you don't take the time out and go apply what you learning, it's not going to be no good for you. You feel me? Like, I started investing in December of 2025 with $5. My first company that I ever bought was the BlackBerry company. If I know what I'm talking about, that cell phone company. I guess it was like popping back in like early 2000s, something like that. But I bought that stock at $5, bro. $5. And I managed to turn that $5 into 5 figures in a couple of months. Not just from the sole purpose of investing, obviously learning how to invest, learning how to where to put my money at, but learning how to, obviously I said, have multiple streams of income, how to stack and stay down, how just learning financial literacy, learning what not to do with my money, what to do with my money. You feel me? Simple things like that. Like I said, instead of you going out here and buying $270 Jordans, go put $270, put $200 into Apple, bro. Into Nike. You know what I'm saying? Put it into Nike and just see what it do for you. Now, obviously, do your research, but just see what it do for you. You feel me? Be an owner, not a consumer. And now to go over what we talked about in this video today about investing. Now, obviously, this probably wasn't the best one of my videos. It's some new topic, but it's a true, real life thing. You feel me? Like you need to learn how to do this type of things. You feel me? You want to get wealthy, not even rich, get wealthy. Two different things, two different concepts. We talked about what is investing. You know what I'm saying? Investing is owning shares or a percentage in a company. Two, strategy. You need to have a strategy before you do this type of things. Have you a strategy? Have you a mindset of what you want to accomplish from investing? What you want to accomplish in your portfolio? You know what I'm saying? Number 3, you looked at what I'm personally investing in, and my personal, you know what I'm saying, picks, my personal stocks for a new investor, which is hard, you know what I'm saying, like the S&P 500, VOO, the top NASDAQ 100, QQQM, you know what I'm saying, simple things like that. You know what I'm saying? Get you a ETF that pays dividends. Also, keyword ETF, a basket of stocks. So I'm sitting here trying to invest in individual stocks. Just starting off. Get you a basket of stocks. You feel me? Do your homework. Do your research. You feel me? And then pick you out a sector. Pick you out a certain sector that you want to invest in. If you believe in healthcare, look into healthcare. If you believe in infrastructure, look into infrastructure. If you believe in nuclear energy, look at some nuclear energy. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm looking at banks to see what banks the bank sector is talking about. So I'm gonna do my homework on that and see if I want to invest into that. So that's kind of like my portfolio advice for new beginners starting to invest. You know what I'm saying? Your base, your S&P 500, your QQQM, your top 100. You know what I'm saying? Stocks. No stock that pays you dividends and something that you believe in, that you've done your own research on. You know what I'm saying? We also talk about financial literacy, the importance of knowing financial literacy and applying financial literacy into your investments, into your everyday life, your spending, your saving, all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to learn financial literacy and apply that into your aspects of life. And yeah, man, that's basically what I'm saying. Investing is not a hard concept to do. All you have to do is open up a brokerage account, take you 10 minutes, 15 minutes, invest you some money, and learn as you go. And now that's garbage today's video, you know what I'm saying? I don't come on here too often, but I gotta come on here, just drop a little knowledge every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I definitely will start to push more of this type of content. But yeah, man, this is basically how to learn how to invest one-on-one. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace out.